the dev team, the biz dev team, so that they could work hand in hand with Agrotech Hub. Finally, we are continuing our events, that is the X Space, the Town Hall, and Open All Hands. We are still working hand in hand with the rest of the circles in order for them to also reach out to us anytime they have anything they would want us to host for them, like an event or anything like that. Yes. So that is all from the event circle. If there are other questions, we are here to answer. Any questions? Okay. So next, we are moving on to onboarding circle. And I suppose Vani will be the one to.
No, Vicky is the one presenting.
Hi, Vicky.
Hello. So hi, I'll be presenting onboarding circles update for September. Well, it's really been a productive month for us, and we've been working on how we define onboarding, improving our recruitment process, and also reflecting on how we actually organize our work inside the circle. So I'll walk you through what we've been up to. So first, after the August all hands, we continued the conversation about what onboarding actually means in practice. And we put together a draft document that combines community input with some analytic work. The idea is to really get clear on what it feels like to be onboarded. Things like understanding DF's mission, having access to the right tools, being engaged in meetings, and even having a sense of belonging. The cool part is we're also linking this to actual metrics. So onboarding isn't just a feeling, it's something we can measure. So in that case, you can track how well people are doing across circles. Next up is recruitment. We've been working on a set of questions that makes joining circles clearer and fairer. Lab drafted some starter questions for us, and Tobias has been gathering examples from other circles. Still more to come though. The plan is to bring all these together and connect it with the community website. So that way recruitment across DF feels more consistent and supportive, no matter which circle one is applying to. The last topic this month was the discussion about whether our work is task-based, role-based, or somewhere in the middle. This came out of a section with Love and Vani. In my circle onboarding, most of our work is task-based. We just pick what we need needs to be done. But we've noticed that things like coordination or documentation actually turns into informal rules. We found out that a balance works best. Task-based gives us flexibility, whilst lightweight rules gives us clarity, especially for new joiners. We actually discussed this in one of our meetings earlier, but I would like to bring it up here if anyone has anything to add. So what works best in your circle? Do you lean more task-based, rule-based, or a mix? And how does it affect onboarding new members? So please, if anybody has anything to top up, we are all ears.
So any questions or any suggestion, feedback for the onboarding circle? Okay. So we are moving on. Yeah, welcome. We are moving on to the marketing circle. And I believe Andrea will be the one to present. Oh, Charlie. Is it Charlie? Yes. Please go ahead and yeah.
Sure. I just wanted to say thank you to Io. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name right for putting this in the Mattermost. I wasn't aware of this channel, but I have to jump off to another meeting in a couple of minutes, but it's really great to hear this stuff. And I just wanted to say that if there were an announcement that this meeting was taking place beforehand, I think that'd be great. So thanks.
Thank you too. We'll keep that in mind and announce so that everybody gets involved. Okay, Andrea, are you here?
Yes, thank you, Priscilla. Okay, so for the marketing circle, deep fits, maybe all of you remember and you have received the newsletter. There's a new feature on the website. The profile has been enhanced, and we have created a campaign to encourage circle members to create their profile on the website. The campaign includes raising awareness that they can create their profiles and start engaging with the platform. This platform intends to be some sort of a LinkedIn thing, so we can connect better and we can observe and learn and inform ourselves about the events and everything happening in Deepfunding. So the campaign is aimed to strengthen the visibility, foster participation, and build a more connected community presence. Then the point two is the X space. We've been supporting events Circle with the X space campaign. It's held every 2 weeks, and we provide banners, infographics, social media. Gael especially is coordinating with them to deliver the media assets and the scheduled times for posting. And then in the internal newsletter, so we are happy to announce that it was created already and distributed. Bia is here, who has been working on it really, really hard. So we hope you guys saw it and you guys enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions, please let us know privately, and we can do some adjustments. But I think it's great. I like it. Okay.
Any questions for the marketing circle?
I think we have more points.
Oh, sorry. Please
Yes,
continue.
thank you.
Hey, I think you guys, events and marketing, are doing a phenomenal job. The uptick in visibility in the last couple of months has been phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. In fact, I'm getting pissed off because I see stuff all over the place in so many feeds. I have a question though, and a suggestion. And it has to do with the X spaces. I've attended the last couple of X spaces, and I don't know if it's events or marketing, but I think there's a crossover. And the X spaces has not been well attended by outside of our immediate community. So I was going to suggest that you put on a controversial space and marketed outside of Mattermost and the normal channels. And make it something like, will AI kill humans? And get someone like Jan or Ben to speak on it. And it will be controversial, and people will tune in just to see what the AI experts think. You could title it Arnold Schwarzenegger or the Jetsons, something along those lines. The other thing I would like to suggest, I just learned this on the algorithm of X, is there's a little ribbon on the right side of our bar. And what it does is it puts a folder, it puts a X that you're on into a folder, and it makes you spend more than 10 seconds, which seems to be the magic number. And if you put it in that folder, the X, I don't know what you call them anymore, Twitter or Xer, it gets a little bit of a higher ranking on algorithms. Now, the suggestion, if you have the premium, if you pay for the premium, you can actually have multiple folders. I have one it's basically spam, the stuff I like. I call it visibility, and I just hit it. But I go into the tweet, I like it, I repost it, and then I put it in that ribbon in the folders, and it really boosts the algorithm on it. So if we could all do that for deep funding tweets, it would really help. But do something controversial for your next X Space. It'll drive, free Ajax tokens for everybody. Well, there are no Ajax tokens anymore, so that would be, misleading. But do something like that. Have fun. You're doing a great job. I love it.
Thank you, Tommy. Yeah, I think Mariam would like to say a word probably. She's the one who's organizing the X Space. We are, as marketing, we are supporting them, and I think your idea is really, really good. Actually, we want Jan and Rafael and, these important figures to talk about AI and some controversial topics. Actually, I want to say this. Last time we were talking with Ubio, and he said, let's talk about AI scandals. So I guess we will start talking about that. Thank you so much. Okay.
AI TMZ, is that the case? Like gossip and stuff?
Yes.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, deep funding.
Oh, sorry. I should have edited the name. Right. So I was just jealous because Tommy was sharing accolades, and I did not get any. And I want Tommy to know that the X Space was first my idea, that became Event Circle idea, that now became
Ayo.
something that Miriam is doing very wonderfully with. So I just thought Tommy should know, so that in case Tommy wants to extend some accolades to me as well.
I knew it was you from the beginning. I knew it, and I just know that you're such a confident man that you did not need those accolades.
I need
But
them.
I will give them to you. I love you. I love you. I love you. You are phenomenal. You're doing a great job. Keep up the ideas.
Thank you.
Ayo, we all thought about X spaces. Please.
Well, we announced first, maybe.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna take the rest of the time I have to finish with my report. Okay. So we have a new strategy. We are posting concurrent topics across social media, which includes, as Priscilla said earlier, town halls. We had a request from the Dev Outreach to start posting about the marketplace, so we are doing that too. Specifically on educating people on how to make use of the solutions and what's the marketplace. And other topics. We also collaborated with SNET, the marketing team, to announce the RFP winners through a coordinated campaign. And we have future plans for coordinating with them and probably have a better communication between the social media. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you too. Any questions for the marketing circle? Well, aside XPs. Okay, going once, twice. Okay. So we move on with BizDev work group. Judith, are you here?
Yes.
Okay, please go ahead.
All right. So September, we have 3 main updates. So last month, we told you that we're finalizing the interviews for the BizDev circle, and we were still deciding on the members. This month, we ended up onboarding the 4 members that were chosen, and we had our first meeting September 1st. So officially welcome to the VizDev group. Gilvania from Brazil, Christian from Nigeria, Alfred from Nigeria, and Ian from the UK. Each one of these members brings a totally diverse background and experience, which is great. And this month, I mean, we got set up with the payments and the task management system, and they had to educate themselves on the Deepfunding basics and the BizDev basics. So it was a month of just onboarding and get everybody set up. But now that the basics are ticked off, we can all go full steam ahead, and they can use their unique expertise and network and communications style to scout for partners for Deepfunding. Secondly, we implemented a new partner outreach initiative. Deepfunding had applied to become a member in Norskin's membership club, and we just got approved. So Norskin is Europe's biggest ecosystem for impact tech organizations. They have over 6,000 tech founders and over 2,000 investors in their ecosystem. And they're also in the business of funding. They have given out over 750 million US dollars so far to back entrepreneurs in the tech industry. And they are fairly aligned with our mission and goals. So their mission is or basically one of their taglines is, "We make saving the planet our business." So they like to solve the world's biggest challenges with tech. And the benefits of the membership is that in this specific hub, which is located in Barcelona, where I'll be going into in person, in this specific hub, we get access to about 2,300 of these founders and investors. They have regular networking events and educational events, and it will be so much easier to build relationships when you go into a physical location and you see these people day after day. So we're assuming that it's going to be very beneficial for memberships. I cannot speak to it as of yet because it only starts in October, but I have faith that this will be very beneficial for Deepfunding. Lastly, we continued our ongoing discussions with currently 7 potential partners. All of these potential partners are the ones that we approached at AI for Good. And the conversations are ongoing, and now it's picking up after we told you August was a bit quiet because everyone was on vacation. In September, you can really notice the difference. And we're going ahead with the discussions, the full updates on the individual partnerships, who it is, and what each partnership is going to look like. It would be way too much to update you right now. It would probably be best to update you whenever a partnership is finalized. But overall, September was a great month, and please ask questions. And if you have not, we'll give the mic to the next circle.
Yeah, thank you,
But-
Judith.
Priska, by the way, I would like here to just inform or give attention to, as you can see now, we are having a more streamlined approach to this report, which makes more dynamic and perhaps even interest to everyone. And it was Judith's suggestion as well for us to take this approach here. So yeah, thank you, Judith. And I hope all of you also bring this type of insights and feedbacks for us to improve what we are doing. Okay?
Are you blaming me?
Yes. No,
Thank
I'm
you.
just shedding light on you
It's a
because
good recommendation.
it was a good suggestion, definitely.
Yeah.
For that.
But no one likes it. So you're just like, that was your idea.
No, everybody like it.
I thought it was Ayel's idea, Raphael.
Oh my goodness.
You
Ayo is
sure
the
Ayo
nice smile.
didn't suggest it to Judith?
No.
Ayo is the nice smile that gives the news, right? So yes, him and Priscilla. So
Oh my God. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So moving on to the next, we have the documentation circle. So we have Sukrin Spice. Are you here? Hi, Sukrin. Or anyone from the circle who would
Okay, I can take it.
present.
Thank you.
Okay.
This is Anthony. Yeah,
Hi,
Oliko.
Anthony.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. Okay, so for the documentation circle, we we assigned circle liaisons. So each circle member has been assigned as a liaison to specific circles. Um, dedicated Google Docs have been created to act as like staging areas until the MK Docs automation is ready. This will ensure that smooth integration in the future and future-proofing the documentation itself. So we just set up the circle liaisons and assigned everybody to various circles, the ones they already belong to make it smoother. Yeah. So for point two, we had guest members from the event circle this month, Rafael Cardoso and Miriam. They shared their documentation index proposal, which standardizes process documentation and improves accessibility. So their framework includes a master index spreadsheet, a standardized process template, an appendix for issues in existing docs. They've basically come up with a solution to manage their Google Drive. So the documentation circle liaison will also follow up and observe how they do it, and so we can see how it benefits other circles in properly managing their Google Drive. So for point three, Sophia came up, drafted a budget projection for the next 6 months. Yeah, so that was it. That was that about that. Then point four, the MK Docs automation is moving smoothly. It's coming. Progress has been made. Very soon we should have a concrete update and demo on what we've been able to achieve so far. So work continues on that. Yeah, and so point five, the single source of truth and maintenance cycles. This also goes hand in hand with proofreading initiative. So the circle continues not refining, sorry, not refining is not the word. We're not refining it. We're just basically following it, making sure we're taking it into consideration. That's a single source of truth. Then maintenance cycles on all this documentation. Yeah. So a maintenance calendar is being considered to ensure documents are reviewed regularly and outdated materials are sunset and done. So coordination with DF team and circle members is ongoing. Yeah, then the proofreading initiative update, that's point six. Yeah, so proofreading, as the name says, the proofreading team setup is complete. Yeah, a dedicated Mattermost channel has been created with workflows for approval and stakeholder alignment. That's with Raphael and Edwin. Yeah, so this initiative is expected to become a major support function across circles for public-facing materials. So yeah, that's it. That's all we're able to cover this September. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Anthony. Any question for them for the documentation circle? Okay.
I think,
So
it should have been on the announcement. I think we made a circle this month also, or was it August?
congratulations.
We didn't announce that, so this is it.
Don't worry,
Thank
we
you.
will announce that. We will announce that. Now that you know, we will tell everybody. Don't worry.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you too. So moving on, we have the dev outreach. Ubio or Riyadh, who will be presenting to
Yeah,
us.
I'm here.
Hello.
Hi. All right, hi everyone. Dev Outreach here. So I think the first thing we would like to inform the community is the fact that all the projects that came out as winners in the hackathon that we had are actually on the market.
I think, Ubi, are you still there? Or we've lost him? Can you guys hear Ubio? Or it's me?
Hello. Is Riyadh around?
Ubi, I think your
you're
line is
breaking.
not clear. Yes. We can't hear you. Is there anyone from the Dev Outreach Circle?
Yeah, I'm here. But I don't know
Okay.
if Dad is here. I think he's sick.
Oh, sorry. Then Andrea, you could take it over.
Yes. Okay, so all the hackathon projects that were winners in the hackathon are already on the marketplace, which is great because it's the first time all of them have been onboarded. So it took a long time because of some technical issues, but finally all of them are already onboarded. So that's really great. Partnerships for a physical hackathon. Okay, so today, Ubio especially has been in touch with 6 universities in Nigeria, and it's intended to be a really huge hackathon, the one we could have in Nigeria. And before that one, we are planning to work with MIT, which is one of the biggest technology universities in India. So these two are a possibility of a partnership to have a hackathon in specifically those two places. Okay. So campus tour. We have started an initiative called Campus Tour, and yeah, Campus Tour is so each one of the members of the Dev Outreach are going to contact universities or people in their locations to talk about deep funding and what we offer. So currently, over 80 universities have been slated, and we are targeting to reach about 500 to 1,000. So yeah, we're working on the landing page.
Nice. Any questions for the Dev Outreach Circle? Okay. Moving on. So moving on, we have the review circle. Paulo or Slate or Mr. Kwanzaa Ayeboafo. So which of you will be presenting for us? We can't hear you. No, your voice is so low. Could you speak louder, please?
Okay. I say they will present today.
Paulo, we didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, saying Kwesi will present today.
Okay.
Hello. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone. So I'm giving the report for the review circle. Sorry for the delay. So the first point is we have the we already planning on creating the milestone review quality assurance team. This team will be in charge of going over every milestone that has already been reviewed by the milestone reviewers, just to assure to ensure that they meet with the standards for milestone reviews. Then the next is the information dashboard testing. I think during our previous meeting, Assad demonstrated or demoed a platform that had been built for the review cycle. Currently, we are in the QA and testing phase of the platform. And also, one initiative we are trying to do with that platform is to assess members who want to apply to be a part of the milestone quality assurance team on that particular platform. Then our third point will be the project follow-up, that is the onboarding of services on the marketplace. And this initiative seeks to support the teams or the proposers whose services haven't been onboarded on the marketplace yet. And that is something we are doing in collaboration with the dev outreach team. Then the fourth one is the milestone reviews workshop. So in the last couple of weeks, we have been organizing something like workshops where reviewers who are reviewing milestones present the milestone they are reviewing, how they reviewed the milestones, and why they accepted or rejected that particular milestone. So far, we have taken a presentation from one reviewer, and also there's been a presentation from the perspective of a coordinator from the review circle. And during these sessions, every member of the review circle has the opportunity to, learn something or ask questions and have them answered. So that is what the review circle has been up to for the month of September.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for the review circle?
I would like to say this time was a little bit short than the last time because last time we were a bit in the end, so we tried to be fast, and this time we try to be shrink. And if you have questions, we can get deeper in the subject that as you want. I think it's.
Oh, but it went well. I think short is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, so if anyone has questions, Paulo is here. He will answer for us. Any questions? Okay.
Okay.
No questions. So moving on, we are moving on to the operation circle. We welcome Mr. Ayo to present for us.
All right, thank you. Let me find your screen. Okay, so there are quite a number of items for the operation circle. I doubt we'll be able to cover it in 5 minutes, but I will just speak on the ones that maybe I consider not just report, but also some updates. So for the operation circle, documentation drive continued. You can see some of the list of the things that we've been working on for September. And one that we did not include there because we feel like we may need to help it get a little bit more ripened is the automation cubics, which we have quite a number of people working on together as well with the operations and then the other members from across the other circles, right? And then we have our support initiatives going on. Anybody request payment today will see a slight upgrade or change on the payment request form, basically, and that was us responding to some of the issues that we had 2 weeks ago and a week ago when we were onboarding quite a number of people. You'll see somewhere down the line that in September we added about 20 new people to the DF all circles generally. Right, people in IT, people came into IT circle, people came into DF labs, people came into operations, people came into I think marketing and a couple of other places. So yeah, so we've never really experienced that before. in rapid succession. And therefore, one of the things that we noticed was that we had to make sure that the payment forms also get to be updated, very, very, very fast. So we made those upgrades on it. If you use those, you will notice. All right. And while I'm on that, it's also very necessary to say that we now will be using Mattermost handle as our source of identity or identification, right? Usually we just ask, what is your name? Subsequently, now we just ask for what is your Mattermost handle. So, all right. So please, if you change your Mattermost handle, let us know. Hopefully, it's not something that we all just change like clothes, right? But I mean, basically, we also demo the support tickets. The last open on hands, and we have quite a number of tickets, yeah, which is good. Please let's move on. Yeah, please go to 4 because I already mentioned some of the things that I wanted to say on 3. Yeah. So for the community product management, we continue to deploy efforts regarding that. And the most recent efforts in terms of social share feature is with integration with Discord. We would definitely be able to pull that off, and then we will let you know when we do that. Drum roll. So we onboarded 2 new members from into Operation Circle. We have Nora and we have Anisha. Both are females. We're excited because that brings freshness into the community, into the circle. We really love what they are here to do. I look forward to all the amazing things that we will do together with them, right? So if there's going to be time at some point, maybe Nora and Anisha can just say hello, but not to put them on the spot, but guys, please welcome with me Anisha. Anisha is from India, Nora is from Nigeria. Amazing. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, what's on 6? Let me see 6, please. Oh, yeah. Yes, I really like this. This is very important, right? Remember, Raphael mentioned that Judith provided insights that's helping this retrospective report presentation go better. Thank you so much. We shared survey forms over September, and we gathered about 25 responses, which we will be analyzing, and the next open online to be able to share what might be improvement that we all think concerning this report system. All right. And one of the things that we like to do in Operation Circle that we think we pride ourselves is like we collaborate really well. Right. So we have collaborations ongoing with Strategy from SNET Ambassadors Program, and including Dev Outreach IT, Data Analytics, and Review Circle. Basically, once you understand how our teams interact with the AI marketplace, including their knowledge and understanding of the marketplace, we look forward to the outcome of that survey. Presently, we are distributing, all right? And then we're also working on something really juicy with the Data Analytics Circle. We will not talk about it yet, but just fingers crossed, we're collaborating well. So thank you. I think that will be all. I hope I was within 5 minutes.
You were. Any questions for Ayo? The Operation Circles, any question for them? Going once, twice. Okay. So I think today we broke a record, right? Today is the first time we've had retrospective in just an hour, and it has never happened before. So congratulations to all of you for keeping up to your time. 5 minutes, somewhere less than 5 minutes. And it was so beautiful to have all of you here to bring up what you did throughout the month of September. So we still have some few time that we could discuss about something, okay? So before the retrospective, we had a little chit chat where about what Raphael mentioned about the suggestion Judith made, where we could have the retrospective in like 5 minutes or even less. Then after, we could highlight some of the interesting things that are happening in other circles. So it would be nice to hear everybody's view on this suggestion. Do you think it's a good idea, like how we were able to have the retrospective in just an hour? Then the rest of the minutes, we can highlight interesting stuff or anything a circle would like to share or would like to have collaborations with other circles with. and they want to bring it up on here. So it would be lovely to hear your feedback. So if you'd like to speak, you could just raise your hand and unmute and speak. We have like 10 minutes for that chit chat. So let's do it quick, quick, quick. Ayo, please go ahead.
All right, thank you. So I wanted to say that first of all, we have a new record on the Holland, basically, but that's just by the way. Regarding this, it's mixed feelings for me, right? When we present the All Circles reports, basically, I think that it is a good thing if people interact, if people ask questions, right? I don't think it should be a radio presentation. I don't think that's ultimately productive. I think the way we get better as a community is when people can ask questions, people can, constructively criticize, and I think that helps, right? I don't think, I'm sure we all think that that's a good idea, right? Because it would be very weird if just present and nobody asks any questions and nobody says, why are you doing that? Nobody shares some even dissenting opinions, right? However, I also understand that that takes time. We've had presentations that lasted for 2 hours, right? Now, if we want to spotlight things going on with different circles, we should do that, right? I'm just hoping that we do not sacrifice, for people for some people in the all circles, they have reasons to interact with different circles, and so they know what's going on, right? But it's not the same for everyone. Some people basically just do what they do in their circle, and this is really maybe one of the times that they get to understand what is going on in other circles. And so I'm not really sure the cost to opportunity costs, right? So what are we giving to if we, so basically, so it's a good idea. I'm just worried. I'm just worried, and I just have mixed feelings to what to sacrifice to spotlight and things like that.
Yeah, it's true. Anyone has any feedback or would like to say anything in regards to what Ayu has just said? Hi, Vani, please go ahead.
Hi, yeah, really good point, Io. But I'm just thinking that maybe we're not losing as much as we think we are by having succinct reports. I mean, I'm sat here DMing people in our circle going, oh, look, that circle's doing that. We must get in touch with them and ask. So, things will go on async outside of the meeting, but I'm sure everybody else is kind of doing the same thing if they notice points of collaboration or whatever. But if it really became an issue, I guess what we could do is we could have the report there in writing for people to read at their leisure, and we could take it in turns to spotlight a particular circle or two circles in the meeting if we wanted to.
That's really good. Interesting. Interesting. Anyone would like to say anything? Yeah, and you were giving us thumbs up. Do you want to share?
Yeah, I concur with Fani. I'm a notoriously bad listener, especially when I also see messages here on my side and then I have to focus. And yeah, I always have the intention. Now, this time I'm really going to focus. But to be very honest, then I see this document and I don't see a person, I see a document on my screen. And I sometimes people more or less read what's in the document. I can do that faster myself and have much more after reading it through myself. I will have a much better memory of what is there than if somebody reads it out to me on screen. So yeah, I think we can make it a little bit more exciting. I like the interactions. I like the dialogues and people coming up with suggestions and so on. So yeah, I totally agree with Vani that for me it would be preferred to have this document 1 or 2 days before the call, so that everybody can find a moment to read through it. And then in the call, yeah, we can either present a few that really have something interesting, or have everybody do it, but just take out one point that they think is most important, or and not have that document on. But I was also thinking across these presentations, there were things at some points that would benefit from showing, not telling. So if you talk about a portal or a new feature or a dashboard or something else, I would be much more engaged if you show me it than if you tell me about it, what you have done. So yeah, I think we can make this meeting a little bit more interested and engaging. And yeah, having the textual version 1 or 2 days in advance would help a lot.
Great. Ubio, your hands was up.
DN1, please. All right. Okay. So I think across all the conversations we've had, I think one thing has actually been the common denominator, and that's the word interesting, right? So I think the implication of that, we are implicitly saying something, and one of that is that probably not everything that is being put out there is interesting, right? So probably we could ask all circles to put up the most interesting things that they want to share, the reports here, or when we come in and yeah, you can write down 6 things or 10 things inside the report sheet. But when we are here in the call, what we should be highlighting, like what we should be reporting on, should be what is interesting, right? And so it could be just 1 or 2 things that you want to lay emphasis on, and then you lay that out, and then let's have conversations on that. It would be, and again, it's easier to have these conversations as the person is sharing those interesting things, right? And at the spur of that moment, than having to go through and then having to come back again to the conversation. Sometimes there's a lot lost in that situation. So I just want to highlight that I think the irrespective of the approach we are all proposing, we are all in common in saying that we want to have something interesting, and that thing that is interesting in all the circles should be is what will keep us spellbound, and is what the conversation will be around. So yeah.
Yeah. Paulo, please.
Can you hear me well?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Some points I'd like to bring in this discussion. First of all, this all hands, for example, it's one of the meeting that you have a big impact on the review circle budget. We don't talk about money here, but if you have a lot of 30 people in the 2 hours, and this impact, it's very high in our circle. And my question is, why are we here? And my reply is, maybe we can discuss this together, is I think I'm not from the beginning of this meeting, but we're here to share things, or it's a shared decision, or something I would do in my circle impact another circle. So we have to discuss, we have to share, or some important decision we impact in Deepfunding, and I would like to put this like clear for everyone. Maybe my proposition is like we can create like a short training for coordinators, so we can separate what is internal subject, for example, what we are discussing day by day with my other coordinator, etc., and what I have to bring to the meeting, so we can focus in good discussions. I know it's important to say what we're doing all week, or to justify our payment too. This is important, but maybe a text can send it as a newsletter or a report. You can read this at home. But I see this meeting. Maybe the older guy here can explain better. We are here to discuss ideas and find this connection points in between different circles. And for example, we can create like a PowerPoint where each circle has 2 slides, put an image, some draw, some move, something. Because as Jan mentioned, to read is easy to read alone than someone reading to me. So I know everyone is doing their best, and I think we can improve. And it's normal. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to share? So I'd like to read what Vani said. She was like, do you think the written report should continue to include several things though? And we just focus on the most interesting stuff in the meeting, because I do find the wider stuff useful, even if not all of it is like headline news material. I think I also agree with Vani. Well, having interesting things on the reports will be good, but at the same time, we could also highlight, not explain into details, but just highlight like all the things that are happening, because through that, other circles will hear new things that are happening and collaborate, right? So I think, yeah, I agree with what she said. Judith, please, you could go ahead.
Yeah, something really important to consider in the whole equation is that Deepfunding is scaling fast as a program, and we're adding more and more circles. So right now we have 10 circles. If everyone gets 10 minutes for updates, that's a full 2 hours. But if we have 15 circles or 20 circles, we'd be sitting there for 4 hours if everyone gets 10 minutes. So we do have to find a way to make it shorter. Otherwise, we will not be able to scale. And currently, normally we're at the 2 hours with the 10 circles, but it doesn't even include any updates from Deepfunding staff or the product team. So ideally, we want to add those in as well. So I believe 5 minutes is a good compromise, and then we can add other updates from the product team and the staff, and then we still have time for discussions, and possibly we can scale to more circles. I mean, we must scale to more circles anyways, because we're growing fast.
Yeah, that part is very interesting for Jan. I saw how he covered his face. So, Ayo, please, you could go ahead.
Right. So I stand to be corrected, but the difference between what we did and what we did today was just basically running through the presentations, taking minimal questions. Before, it was always still 3 minutes to 5 minutes. The difference was that we allowed people talk and ask questions per report before we move on to the next report. Except I have it mixed up somewhere. Now, I think that 3 minutes or 5 minutes works. Definitely can have 10 of that in 50 minutes, all things being equal. I'm not sure anybody wants to spend 2 hours in the hall ends, really. So people also want to have the conversation and leave. But there are the problem is usually the things that are unsaid, right? So, for example, who decides what is interesting in a circle's report? And if I were in a circle, right, and I had things that I did or was responsible for, and then you come into all ends and what I had worked all month isn't deemed interesting, usually the things that keep communities going are drudgery. The uninteresting work is what actually keeps the community going. And so if you can find light on those things, then what happens? Because usually I'm really afraid for complaints that cannot be given. I'm usually afraid for grudges that cannot be shared, right? And so the direct impact of that on the community is not even something that we can predict. I would be careful, right? And so the other thing that I would also want to mention is that the good thing is that circle coordinators are here as well. I look forward to the analysis of the survey that we distributed, and for a reason, Anisha is the one handling that because it's going to be a fresh set of eyes, not even myself or Miriam, right? And I imagine that we would see, what everyone thinks from those questions that we asked and how people think we can improve the reporting system, right? We would be able to find out, do people go back to read, or do people just look forward to the all-ends to have a discussion, right? Jan's experience or experiential to the reports may not be everybody's experience with the reports, right? Maybe I basically like it when the coordinator is talking about it and we all talk about it here. Maybe that's how I learn. We don't know, right? So I would not be very quick to impose, for the want of a better word, as to how these things should go. Finally, coordinators are here, and it's a very, very easy thing to discuss. Do you think that you can have the report ready the weekend, say Monday, or say Friday night, or whatever? Basically, can we have this report published? My experience is that even while we are presenting, we still have coordinators going to the document to suggest to make updates, even while it is going on, right? So these are things that we can all discuss, and but I'm all for having the report ready for 2 days or thereabouts. It does not hurt anybody, right, to have the report ready. People can read ahead. People can still come to this call, spotlight or highlight, dim whatever is interesting, make sure everybody's carried along, and things like that. But basically, I'm just wary about what is really realistic and then what is basically just idealistic.
Jan, please, you could go ahead.
Yeah, a couple of thoughts in my mind here. Thank you, Ayo. First of all, there's a difference between what is important and what is the right thing to discuss with 60 people. So the fact that something is day-to-day work, it's very important, doesn't necessarily mean we need to share it with everybody here on a monthly basis. Another variant that came to mind here is maybe we can focus, give some circles a little bit more time, but not try to be complete and have all circles every time. So we could have a kind of rotating system that every circle present something every other month or every 2 months, or we can offer it to the circles themselves, because maybe sometimes I have 3 months in a row, I have a lot of interesting things to say, and the next 6 months I'm just working all of that out, and I don't have too much to mention. So to be determined. And then when you discuss this, IO, and saying we shouldn't enforce this and we don't know really what people like, well, there's a solution for that, right? It occurs to me that it's the usual suspects here that give their opinion, right? There are some opinionated people here that don't mind to give their opinion here on camera, and it's usually the same people. Meaning that from how many people are from the 53, approximately 45 have not given their opinion, and we have no idea what they are thinking. So, what's the best way to get those ideas to the surface? It's some kind of survey or Lumio thing or whatever. So yeah, I suggest, so we need to do this properly. So maybe we can first think about what are the options. So a rotating scheme, read and only present one item, only have teams, circles present that want to present, that have something significant to tell. Maybe there are a few more variants. Yeah, and that would be very interesting to hear what people prefer.
Okay.
Maybe one option
So,
only do things on paper and not have this meeting at all anymore. Would be surprising, but maybe we should add that thing as well. By the way, things will hopefully also change when we have this whole news feed thing. I saw a preview of the first internal newsletter, which is great. I hope we'll have also this page where continuously we will be able to inform each other. And maybe that will also change the needs for this meeting. So I don't know how far we are away from that. It's also an option to wait a little bit until we see that in action, and then determine if and how that will change the nature of this meeting, or we can do it in parallel. I'm always in favor of doing fast and not wait, but it would be a valid argument to wait as well.
Okay. Tommy, please go ahead.
Yeah, I look at deep funding in this early stage of an experiment, the different circles and everything as kind of a floating boat in the ocean. And this meeting is the opportunity. It's kind of like an old school board meeting, yet everybody is invited to it. And it's the opportunity for the heads of the circles to change or alter the course of the ship. So marketing came out with an idea for X Spaces. Phenomenal concept. Thank you, Io. But it's changed the course of the publicity a little bit. And if it didn't come out and we didn't know about it, we wouldn't be able to grow it. Now, on the other hand, I think that some people are here only because they're getting paid $10 an hour, $20, 2-hour meeting to be here. And I think those are the people that don't voice their opinion or talk or discuss things. One experiment might be like town hall. Do away with payments and see who still shows up. And that will tell you a lot. And it'll also, cut down on the budget of meetings.
Yeah, thank you, Tommy. And it's already done, right? So town halls are not paid anymore. And yes, we had a decrease in the numbers of attendance. I'm not sure how much we would have. I think Victory has some data around it. But they are different, right? All hands are mostly focused in work. I mean, what we are going to do and what we did and alignment and etc. Town halls, in the other hand, are more on the what's going on for the community, right? So it's something sometimes which is complete already and so on. So they have different approaches. I am pretty sure if we would take the payment for all hands, we would also see a decrease in here. We are not aiming for that, specifically because what we did, right? All hands are all part of the work as well. So it makes sense for being here. One thing, today I saw 58 participants here. Not sure if we went further than that or higher than that, but I do believe that not for only for today, but in general, we had a record again. I don't recall more than 58 people attending, and this shows again the role in what we are doing here, right? Unfortunately, and this is for any organization, not everyone will participate actively, like to participate actively. There are some people there are some profiles that do prefer to, hey, I only want to be fed with. I don't want to feed, right? Other members with information. I think it's part of the game as well. But one thing, given these numbers that we might have for such things, is the vote here. We have apps and we have the quiz, I guess, where we can make this more dynamic than jumping to Lumio or more complex stuff and put the question with answers. People go there and answer. Not always the ideal. It's always a struggle or a point of attention about decision making or if it should be vote, consent, or whatever. But it's a quicker way that we could do this, given that we are increasing the audience here in the all hands.
Yeah, let me just say something. For the town hall, averagely we have 30 people joining the town hall after the payment was ceased. And for the open all hands, obviously now we are hitting 60, but averagely we have like 50 people joining in. So the difference is wide. And I'm sure if the payment should be seized for open all hands, it will be quite interesting to see how the numbers will drop as well.
Yeah, but not the case, okay, guys? Just to make it
We are
clear,
just saying, we are not saying it's
yeah,
true.
it's not that it's not what's going to happen. One thing, and food for thought, perhaps to everyone, and especially for the event circle, we have two average town halls per month and two all hands per month. Perhaps what we should be aiming, since it appears it's for the event circle to answer that potentially. We have more to discuss and more topics to discuss in all hands than in town halls. Town halls perhaps should be something more special in the sense of, hey, this is a town hall for the community, and perhaps have once a month, or when we do have something like a round RFP or something like this, that, hey, this is a town hall for this specific topic. And then we have the all hands weekly or 3 weeks in a month, and then a town hall, and then again, and so on, right? This way we could spread thin, or well, make it more scattered, the content that seems to be too packed in the all hands. So that would be my, not suggestion, just yeah, food for thought again, for us to discuss what's the best approach.
Okay, so I'll just give my answer to this. So for the open all hands, we've encountered so many challenges with it, where circle coordinators are not willing to speak or even present. And sometimes it looks like there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about. And we reach out and we are not getting topics for the open all hands. So as much as sometimes we struggle for the town hall, we have the same struggle for the open all hands. So if only the coordinators are willing to speak out and bring out things when we reach out to them, there won't be a problem. Please go ahead.
Yeah, no, thank you, Priscilla. Very good to see this side. I'm not constantly in contact, even though I have heard about something in this direction. But here's the thing, right? So we should be making more people, not only the coordinators, and then we can bridge to Tommy's point. We could have different initiatives that more people or more members, not only the coordinators, would participate and be interested in participating, right? This is something that we could ideate around and have some discussions. Also, we have 1.5 hour, which is now, for all hands. By having this, well, if we have only 1 hour, the 30 minutes that we have additional, plus the 30 minutes for the other, all hands would already give an hour to the third week, and we would be less burden, or with less workload in one meeting with 1.5 hour. Again, it's just for us to assess from a different perspective. Perhaps having one all hands in a different approach with more binding or bonding and connecting members, and being more open. I remember one all hands that I really enjoyed. I think it was last year that we started, and we said, yeah, okay, guys, what would you like to talk about? Anything. Would you like to talk about your weather there or something? And it was one of the most interesting town halls, because they might have started talking about this type of chit chat, but in the end, we were discussing very profound things related to deep funding, because we gave this open approach to everyone. Is it going to happen every time? Hardly. But even when it doesn't, also tells us, and we also can learn from that process, or that experience, right? Again, not saying for us to do exactly this, but might be something to make it.
Okay. We would need our last feedback. If no other feedback, we would have to put a close to today's meeting. Ayo, please go ahead.
All right. Thank you, Raphael. So I just want to say that it's a bit interesting, considering that there are 52 people here, and we're speaking directly to something that involves all of us right now, right here. Like, this is really, and just like Jan said, still the same set of people speaking. And also, like Vani said, and Raphael said, it's also part of the game. Not everybody should talk, right? Because, we can't all be talking, right? So the people who are listening are as important as the people who are talking. It takes one to have the other. Without one, then there's no point for the other. So, it does make sense. But now it feels like a little like a crossroad. I'd rather not talk in meetings like this if someone was just going to speak my mind for real. Yeah. I don't enjoy the sound of my voice that much. So, but we can. It'd be nice to see what people think. Do you think you have topics? Do you think as a circle you will be able to have at least one topic every 2 months? If you are able to have one topic that you want to discuss every 2 months, we'll be fine, right? And it can be tough to go after people to say, come and discuss, come and discuss. It just sometimes feels very mechanical, right? People should want to do it. It should be a cultural thing. And so I would like to know what people think, really. I would like to know maybe what Ugochi, for example, thinks, what Ayomi Sugar thinks, what Robel thinks, Richard, what do you guys think? It'd be nice to just hear what you guys think. Do you think that you would like us to have more ends where we come to discuss stuff? Or do you feel like, okay, let's just go the way it goes, things can evolve naturally without even forcing it? Maybe it's not particularly broken. Maybe we just want to grow faster than we can bear. Maybe, who knows, right? At some point we didn't have X spaces. Now we have X spaces, right? At some point we didn't, Town Hall and All Ends were not separated, became separated. Who knows? Maybe Paulo will have an idea of a particular different kind of call that people would like to attend. We don't know, right? So sorry, I'm just ranting, but I hope you get the point.
Yeah, we get your point. I get your point. Okay. So I think we've had an interesting retrospective. With our final words, everybody has brought theirs. It will be also interesting to have others talk about these things and give us their feedback, their suggestions. And let's not end this conversation here. You could reach out on the All Circles and let us know what you think. Because the rest of the 52 people I can see now cannot make decisions for the rest of the 100+ people in DF. So please, don't let us talk for you. Speak for yourself. Okay, so it was interesting having everybody here. A little announcement. X Spaces will be coming soon, next 2 weeks. Please stay tuned and do well to get on board with us on X, Deepfunding on X, please. It would be nice to have, it's beautiful. We keep having Singularity Net almost every time, but we don't have our circle members there. So it's not speaking well of us at all. Please, let's keep in mind. And also, you could find Deepfunding on LinkedIn. You could join our Telegram channel. And also, you could find us on X at Deepfunding. So please do well to react to our post, share, like, subscribe, invite a friend, tell another friend. And also, this meeting will be posted on YouTube. You could find us on YouTube at Deepfunding. And you could also share your thoughts there. Who knows? We could react from there and we could continue the conversation also on YouTube. Thank you all. Thank you to the Event Circle for having and hosting this amazing retrospective. And thanks to the Marketing Circle for spreading out the word. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's afternoon with me. Bye,
Welcome back.
guys.
We didn't say welcome back to Yan. Yan, you're welcome back.
Yes, Yan, welcome. Welcome.
We missed you on
Welcome
behalf
back.
of everyone.
Yeah.
Yan was still here. Oh. He used to come for the meetings. Even though he was on holidays, he used to come for the
Guys,
meetings.
I have not so good news. We did not record this call.
Oh my God, it's a lie. Someone was recording.
We did not record this call.
I did
saw at
hear
some
a
moment.
recording after 10 minutes or something. Somebody clicked the button and I heard it was being
It
recorded.
was Ayo. Yeah, and it was
Yes.
Ayo. Ayo
It's
recorded.
recording. It's on the top right recording, so it's recording. 10 minutes
okay.
afterwards, as Ian mentioned it, yes.
Oh,
But yeah.
okay. Oh, I was scared. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye,
Bye-bye. Thank you,
guys.
guys. Thank you so much.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Blessing.
Okay, so I'll end it in 5 seconds. Is that fine?
Sure.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.